right, we got some good network here. How you doing, Patriots? It's December 23rd, Friday, Saturday. It's the holiday season, man. Trying to keep it all straight, keep the days straight right now. And today is day 1081. There we go. We're getting it going here. Hey, Ridgeline, how are you? Good to see you. I don't know if we'll get too many people in. Everybody's doing the hustle and bustle, last minute, getting ready for Christmas tomorrow. Christmas Eve tomorrow. But yeah, there's usually a lot of family stuff going on. And I don't got a whole lot to report. It's not like a low news cycle right now. I remember Devi. I got it today, man. I had it in there before I even started today. Hi, Bonnie. Hello, Annette Park. Hi, Valerie Lund. How are you Patriots doing today? Hope you're all getting ready for some good times with the family, with the friends. Have a little Merry Christmas holiday. Hello, Ellen. Hello, June. How are you? How are you? Hi, Cleo. Blessed Merry Christmas to all. Yeah. Let's have a blessed Merry Christmas. Well, last night at Freedom Corner, that was Vigil number 508 in a row. And it started off great. Dwight led us in prayer. And then Nicole got up and spoke about the January 6th festivities that they got planned there. They're going to meet at the DOJ and stay there for 2 hours. And then they're going to march down to the Capitol, where they will lay flowers for those that were murdered at the Capitol on January 6th. And then they're going to have a vigil afterwards. Anyone's invited to go down there and participate in that with them. It would be good, nice to see a bunch of people. That's on January 6th, though. Not yet. And then Sherry got up and talked about Visitation Day. Yesterday was Visitation Day at the Gulag. And a lot of fine patriots, man, are making sure that these patriots that are in the jail there have some human contact, which FJB is trying to deny them. And so it's really good to see the Patriots standing up and taking time out and making a commitment to go down and visit these guys and just have some one-on-one human contact with the outside world there. I can't imagine what it's like in there for these guys. It's got to be horrible. And then Taylor Jonatakis got on the phone. He's like, thanks for the letters. And it's so nice that he's actually making new friends. People who are writing him letters, he's writing them back. And he says it's really cool to always meet new people. I think that's really cool, too, in normal life, man. I'm always meeting new people and, just it's fun meeting other people and getting to know other people instead of getting in a rut where you only know certain people, you only hang out with certain people anymore. I think in the last 2 years, I met so many new people in this whole freedom movement that it's really been a blessing for me, man. Huge blessing. Got to meet all you Patriots down at Freedom Corner, down at the Convoy, down at the Lawn. It's been an exciting almost 2 years now. And then Taylor was talking about how he's not allowed to say voter fraud in 2020, but there is actual evidence of that. There have actually been convictions of people that were cheating in the elections, and it's just puzzling why you can't even say that the 2020 election had voter fraud in it when it's a proven fact. I mean, there were people that went to jail, or people went to court for it and have been charged and stuff, so it is a fact of life there. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Jane Febo. How are you all doing, man? It's good to see you all here. Thanks for stopping in and checking in. All right, and then while Taylor was talking, though, a protester showed up with their siren and the bullhorn and the demon yelling. And I think, out of the whole night, this is free speech in DC, mind you. Like a total of maybe 15 different words came out of her mouth because she just kept screaming the same things over and over. And I don't know. It was it's just something to behold what these people in DC on a Friday night are doing. Friday night, these young people go down and with a bullhorn and harass old people and patriotic Americans that are waving flags and singing songs and praying and stuff. And they can't even let you sing the national anthem without overbearing it with the sirens. So it was kind of an interesting maneuvering night there. The Freedom Corner Patriots started off in their normal spot. The interruption came on the other side of the road. And they all walked up the hill a little bit, because the cops weren't down there by them. They were parked up at the top of the hill by the DC jail there. And the Freedom Corner Warriors went up the hill and started doing the vigil up there right across from the cop cars, which then required the lonely counter-protester, the single counter-protester, to go up and start running the bullhorn right next to the cop cars. And they just sat there like this is nothing. What a cake shift, those guys have there, man. Oh yeah, we got a brainwashed guy in here. Okay, those are lies, no one charged, no fraud. Must be in the DC jury pool there, duck, go. And that's what we're dealing with in DC. I was just talking with a patriot just a minute ago about this, and that group of people in Washington, D.C. is one of the most brainwashed groups of people, I think, in history. They got to run through 135 people just to get a jury of 12, and then the judge has to talk them into reaching deep so they can judge justly. Put your emotions aside and try to make a decision based on facts. And then they only allow certain facts in there, and they don't let you present your defensive evidence and stuff. So it's just it's a rigged game from the start to go. It's still going gangbusters, man. We got 10 more people arrested last week, and we got a troll in here being nicely ignored by you all. Have fun, troll. It's a Saturday night. That's what this guy's doing. He wants to troll us on a YouTube channel. He wants to get on a YouTube channel and troll people on a Saturday night, man. You must lead a very interesting life, bud. Very interesting life. So anyways, I couldn't hear the rest of the phone calls, but there was many more phone calls there. Dominic Box called in. Curtis Tate called in, Frank Castino called in, Jeff Sable called in, and nothing interrupts the vigil down at Freedom Corner. It went on as normal. It's really annoying having this mentally ill person across the street, but I guess she doesn't have any friends anymore. They've all ditched her, and now this is really the only thing she knows how to do to get her jollies or whatever reason. I don't know why mentally ill people do what they do. But I can't imagine being a person that would think that way. That would, even if you disagree, like the Black Lives Matter stuff was going on, and I disagreed with them, but I didn't feel the need to get a bullhorn and go shut down their free speech. I mean, that's very inconsiderate. It's very, it borders on immoral for some reason, that you can't even allow other people to put their message forward because your message is just junk and it doesn't add up to anything. So the only way that you can control a narrative is to just make more noise while that other person is talking to drown out what they're saying. I mean, that's so childish, man. Childish. It's really weird. I think it's a mental illness, but I'm not no professional on on, what is mental illness or anything. I just look at that person, I go, that person ain't right, man. That person's a couple fries short of a Happy Meal. So that's that. That's what, the longer this goes, the more is exposed. Maybe sooner or later, sleepy Americans will wake up. We've all been awake. We're trying to spread the message out there. It does seem like most people are just so distracted by shiny things and movie stars and sports games that they can't pay attention to this. So we'll just keep chugging along, Patriots. Like I say, 508 days in a row. They've been down there. I've been down there. You guys have been down there with them. We'll just keep it going. Keep it going. It's got to end soon. And a lot of stuff's coming out. And I imagine that's probably why they're all freaking out. We're going to find out some information. A lot of these secrets that the FBI and the CIA have been keeping away from us, which is information that we need to know in order to vote for good representatives in Washington. A lot of that information is going to be coming out. We're going to find out we voted for some not very good people. I did hear that there are going to be 3 names that won't be on that Jeffrey Epstein client list that are apparently blocked out. And I can imagine who those 3 names are. They're probably very, very important people here in America that went to Epstein Island. And this is how it's done in D.C., man. When you get elected, you go to D.C. and you go out for a drink and, they're excellent at luring people into compromised situations and getting them on tape and then blackmailing them, man. So that's what we say. When we say, like, most of our government is compromised, that they don't represent us anymore, and it's very obvious by their actions there in D.C., that it's just something, it's a secret. That's why we don't know about it. So many ways to compromise people, and I would imagine about 85-90% of all our representatives in D.C. are compromised by now, man. So we'll get to the bottom of it, though, man. I mean, we know we're on the right side of this one. It's a God thing that's working right now, and God is exposing them, man. God hardened Pharaoh's heart, all right? And there was no remorse, no repentance in Pharaoh's mind or heart. And God gave him the power to harden his heart up even more until Pharaoh watched his whole army die in the Red Sea. And then he had to go back to Egypt alone, man, without his army. I don't imagine life went well for Pharaoh after that whole ordeal there. But we don't know how God works, God's working in a way that I've never seen it happen before. I never thought I'd see this much outrageous news and behavior out of people. It's really, really staggering, man. So in the meantime, man, we're all getting put through some difficult times here. We're all paying like twice as much for gas as we should be paying. Joe Biden FJB is wrecking the economy, got a border invasion going, and he's got everybody worried about Israel and Ukraine and Hamas, and in the meantime, we're getting invaded. This country, our homeland is getting invaded right now, and people just have no idea that this is not a good thing. So it's just weird. It's just really odd that a whole nation of people can be so oblivious to what's actually going on in this country, man, and have no concern whatsoever for a border invasion that's happening right now, or the fact that they're paying twice as much for everything that it was 3 years ago, or to be so brainwashed as to imagine that the guy who had everything straightened out 3 years ago is a bad dude. He's not a good leader, and they'll just, it's shameless what they do, but we can see it, and the truth will be known. And I hope that they repent when they can figure it out, when their blinders are taken off, and they can actually see why they had to live through 3 years of this hell here in this country right now. And this is destroying people. It is families left and right, one at a time. Every name on that hero and that roll call list is a family. There's children at home suffering. There's wives at home, parents and brothers and sisters at home that are suffering because of this, man. And all they wanted to do was stand up and express their grievances, you know. Nobody went there thinking they were going to be taking over the government. So that's about it for Freedom Corner. The Northern Neck Patriots had their vigil last night, and it went well. Looked like they had a complete broadcast last night. Their internet stayed up for the whole time. And it was really good to see Tom Jeffries down there with a couple of Patriots at the Northern Neck Regional Jail in Warsaw, Virginia. Of course, that was the site of some of the most heinous treatment of the prisoners there. And due to the light that J6 is bringing on the prison system, they're under the scrutiny now. They're having to step it up and improve the conditions in the jails now. And I don't think they like that, you know. They like it when nobody was looking at them before J6, man. All right, there you go, Ridgeline. You put out a plea for help, and people listen to you, man. That's what having good friends is all about here. Hi, Julius. Good to see you, man. Annette Park, hello. So yeah, I'm just glad we have each other to hang out with, and pray for, pray with. We have so many needs right now, man. It seems like everybody's hurting. Of course, the COVID thing, man, that just devastated families, took family members out. All that information is coming out. We're going to realize that there were, you know, real evil people operating in this country that talked people into doing things that they shouldn't have done, man. These weren't medical professional people. This was the government putting mandates on things. It goes on, man. It's so obvious right now, but it's staggering how few people care about it. It's just really weird. But anyways, we're going to have a good Christmas season anyways. It is Christmas. I got family. I got friends here, and I got you guys out there. We're going to continue to pray. I'm going to continue to lay all my problems at my Savior's feet, and there's nothing inadequate about my God. He knows what I need before I ask for it, and he will provide. Does he not provide for the sparrows? Not one sparrow falls from the sky without God the Father knowing about it. So does he not care more for you or me? I think not. I think that's a loving God that we have. And this has all got to have some type of a purpose, some type of a reason why this has to happen. And we will persevere, and we will continue to receive God's blessings and carry on. And in the end, we all meet up again. So it's all going to turn out all right. It's just going to hurt for a little while here, I think. One news item was there was a Gateway Pundit article with a letter written by a J6er named Tommy Smith. And it was pretty moving, man. It was a long letter that he wrote to Gateway Pundit and went over a lot of the details about what he was thinking, what he was doing, why he did it on J6. And I think, no blood hit the ground by Tommy Smith's hand. Nothing was broken or damaged by Tommy Smith's hand. But he got sentenced to 9 years in jail, man. 9 years in prison for a patriot that was in D.C., that reacted to brutality and ended up with a 9-year prison sentence, man. This is totally outrageous. And that's why we're in this battle, because I see what happened to Tommy Smith. I see what happened to Stuart Rhodes and Guy Reffitt and all the patriots that just got these huge prison sentences, and they weren't violent, man. A lot of them were just trying to help people because the cops were beating them up, you know. It's like how many people stood around and watched that cop, kneel on George Floyd's neck until he died. Not one person jumped out of that crowd and said, hey, stop doing that to that guy. I don't know how you can watch like one human being so brutal to another human and not say anything, or do something about it. A lot of J6ers snapped into action, and we're trying to push cops away from people that the cops were beating up, and they ended up with assault and battery charges on the police officers. I mean, what a twist. What a twist. And what a handy thing to have, a brainwashed jury pool in D.C. in your pocket in order for just such an occasion like that. So, yeah, that's what's going on, America. We'll just continue to roll with it here, continue to pray for each other. We all got some serious needs going on. And then we're stuck with this hospital system that, are they really healing people, or are they just signing them up for the program for a lifelong medication that they need and stuff? So I think one of the things we can do is get smarter, that's for sure. We can read the scriptures. There's a lot of answers to these questions in the scriptures. And if you haven't read the Bible again, just start reading it again, man. I'm reading the book of Deuteronomy right now. And it's called the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, used to be the entire Bible, like before the prophets came along. So after Moses delivered the Israelites into the promised land, after God gave it to them, and they vanquished their enemies in there under God's command, that was the whole scriptures, was the 5 books of Moses, it's also called. And Deuteronomy is a good one to read, man. It's a summation of everything that's happened with the Israelites up until the time that Joshua took over and led them into the promised land. So it's all good stuff, man. There's all lessons that they were learning at the time. There's messages that God was giving them about, how to please God, how to live by the rules that God made for your own benefit. The reason you got to live by his rules is because it's good for you. And these are the things you can understand when you're reading the Bible. It makes it seem so easy now to live a life and just understand that if you're obeying what you know to be true, what God has revealed to you and what you've learned from the scriptures, life is easy, man. God is going to provide for you. He's going to make sure you got everything you need. So I'm praying for all the patriots that are hurting right now. We're losing family members. We're losing friends and stuff, and that hurts a lot. But it makes it important to know that there is an afterlife. We are eternal beings. We will live forever, and there is a second death to be dealt with here. That's what a lot of people don't know. So I think that's my message today, Patriots. Let's just keep praying for each other. I'm still watching the Freedom Corner every night and trying to hang out in spirit with the people that are there, with the J6ers in the prison, listening to the concerns from the inmates on the phone calls, and then just praying to God, sending my prayers up. So God knows I'm praying for Tommy Smith. I'm praying for Taylor Jonatakis and Frank Quistino for wisdom and guidance in their battle that they're about to go on here. And it's a huge battle for them. It's the meaning between being with their families and not being with their families. And it's devastating. And they are at an extreme disadvantage because they're not in control of their world. They're under the control of these jailers that drive them up to the courthouse for an appointment and forget about them for 6 hours, and you miss your appointment. I mean, it is outrageous what's going on, and it's staggering that the Congress doesn't do a thing about it, man. Congress is in control of my courts here in this town. Congress is in control of the courts in Philadelphia or Denver or New York. Congress is in control of the courts in D.C. That is their only court system, as far as I know. that they are directly in charge of, and they do nothing about it. So there you have it, folks. The sooner we get these people out of office, the better. Hopefully when this information comes out, there will be criminal charges and following that for illegal behavior and misleading the people, and penalties and jail sentences for them. And I hope a lot of them get scared and wigged out by this and come forward. And even the ones that have been threatened into compromised positions, they're the ones that got to step forward. Let's remove the threats from these people so that they can know that they can live a safe life without the fear of them coming in and killing them or killing people in their families, like has been done many times in the recent past here. And let's just keep praying for them. All right, Sylvia's got some scoops for me. Sylvia, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're healing up okay and getting some clarity. Get that concussion fog running. Disney World employees arrested and charged with 32 counts of child pornography. Are you taking your children to Disneyland? Here's who's working there. They got child porn on their phones. It's unbelievable. Yeah, that is horrid, man. And that's just that's a mild one right there, you know. I mean, there's all kinds of this moral decay that's going on in the country, and children are the victims of a lot of it, man. It is horrible. Disney wanting to come to North Carolina. The people say no. Good, stand up. IRS comes after Let My People Go documentary movie creator David Clemens after launching the film. Oh no, the IRS is going after David Clemens now. Well, we're next. I mean, no doubt about it. They're going to be coming after us, Patriots. We're just standing in line waiting for them to get done with the J6ers, and they're coming after us then. They will shut us up. They will take away our free speech. They will take away our rights. Unless America wakes up and sees what's happening, what is happening with this and how they operate and stuff. So yeah, enjoy the show. I think that's a good saying these days. Enjoy the show. Watch it implode. The whole thing's crumbling, man. The walls of Jericho are coming down. I love it, man. Uh-oh. Dixie Chicks founding member Laura Lynch killed in a head-on collision. Oh, no. Yikes, man. $80 sex clubs in D.C., man. A lot of people coming out and shedding light on this corruption stuff in D.C., man. They're all compromised. Yeah, how many Biden names will be on the list, right, Cleo? Right. So I'm just waiting for this to come out. I hope it does come out. We'll let the other states try to take Trump off the ballot. Now we got our Republican scum trying to take Biden off the ballot. I mean, that's about as dumb as nails right there. If you don't like it when they do it, it's not right when you do it back to them. So what is up with that? Ronna McDaniel's running the RNC into the ground. No donations coming in, yet she still has her job. She hasn't resigned. They haven't fired her. All this odd stuff, man. Republicans suck. Yeah, the fall of Minnesota. Is that what you're talking about, Karen Saab? The fall of Minnesota regarding the cops with George Floyd. Different take on it. Yep. And that's a simple problem to end, man. I mean, this whole cop corruption thing could end tomorrow. The solution was out there 20, 30 years ago. All they got to do is get insurance. They each must have a policy. It's like being in business. When you're in business, you're supposed to have, if you have a license, you're supposed to have an insurance policy. And it has to be X amount so that it can cover the max amount of things you could screw up on a job. All they got to do is make the cops have insurance, and then the insurance companies will police the police, basically. All right, what do we got? Confirmed Biden administration concealed Chinese balloon from public crossing U.S. Mark Miley involved. I mean, that guy, I never liked that guy, Miley Vanilli. Thanks for feeding me some news here, Sylvia. They're not releasing that. Yeah, I still don't believe that they're really going to actually release this thing. There's going to be some last minute injunction, and really all it is to keep the news cycle spinning at max speed so nobody's paying attention to the fact our elections are still rigged. All right, see you later, Ridgeline. Thanks for joining us. And the border's getting invaded. I mean, right now, we got, in this little town here, they're running busloads in. There's church groups that are helping these people adapt to the community, and they think they're helping these people, you know, and they're destroying our country in actuality. Catholic Charities and Salvation Army are doing the same thing. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars busing these illegals all into the heartland of the country. And that way they just kind of disappear out of Texas and Arizona and California, but they're bringing them in to right inside. It's like taking a guy who just kicked your front door in and walking them into your bedroom or your living room, you know. It's not the right solution. It's not what we should be doing. We should be putting our foot down right now and making this stop. The Mennonites help them too. I mean, these are good people, but they're seriously misguided on helping these people. These people are not our friends, man. Whoa, a Russian plane came to D.C. Is that true? Well, I know Vladimir's got some serious problems with the government of the United States of America, and I think they're valid concerns. I wouldn't want biolabs on my border, you know, in the next state over. If Mexico had biolabs 20 miles over the border there, I think I'd be a little concerned with Mexico. Same thing happened. We had 85 biolabs in the Ukraine. That's a fact. That's what the lady who was in charge of the Ukrainian embassy testified to in Congress, man. 85 biolabs we had there. And Putin is saying there's even more, or there's still some there. And they are developing super viruses, you know. They're not making aspirins in these places. They are experimenting with viruses, which is not a good thing to be dabbling in when viruses can kill humans. So our government's getting us into a whirlwind of trouble with the world right now. And we've been telling everybody about it, but I think it's got to get worse before it gets better or something, whatever. God's got me. I'm not worried about it. I just wish they would find God, then we could have a little bit of a better civilization here in America. That would be nice, like it used to be. Like America was great again back then. God gave us a shovel, but we expect him to dig the hole for us. That's a good way to put it. That's a great way to put it. That's right. Make the calls, write the letters. God expects us to help. Yeah. What did you do today concerning the J6 issue? You know, did you make any phone calls? You can call your senator for the 50th time. Sooner or later, he's going to go, why is this person so persistent? I call my guy all the time. I know they hate me. They hung up on me a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I don't believe a word the swamp says either, Jay. Biden's far-left nominee for Labor Secretary finally fails Senate confirmation. Is sent back to his desk. Good. About time they vet some of these people. Labor Secretary. So I hope this investigation with Joe Biden is moving along well. It's going to be another vacation for these guys now. So I don't think a lot of stuff's going to happen in the next 2 weeks in D.C. But maybe other things will break loose, man. I mean, we got a lot of problems. Julian Assange is still in jail for 13 years now. Yeah, hit the road, Jack. That's what I'd love to say. Love to say to Joe Biden, get on that Russian plane and fly. Get him, take him away, Vladimir. Thank you. Yeah, Cleo made him use up all the form letters. They're out of form letters now. There's something you can do right here. Call, email, or write your Congress members and ask them to come to the vigil. Go to the courts. Investigate the 4 J6 murders. Treatment. I mean, just in J6 alone, look at all the issues that are there. 4 murdered American patriots. The fact that judges in D.C. still think cops died. The fact that President Joe Biden still thinks that cops died on January 6th. The stupid is real. That's for sure. That is for sure. So I hope you guys didn't eat all the cookies yet. It's got to save some for tomorrow and Christmas and stuff. And hope all you got your shopping done. And you can have some blessed time with your families. Just enjoy your families, Patriots. And pray and pray. And get into a program where you're reading the Bible. It helps. It helps a lot. And sometimes you read the Bible and then you don't read it for a couple years. And it's just good to get back into it. It's always refreshing. It always helps you out. And if you can, send me a Christmas present. I could use some money to keep going here. We're just thinking of how the future's going to pan out here. I can't be in D.C. for a while, so I'm going to have to be figuring other things out. And if God places it on your heart, Patriots, help me out a little bit with some cash or cards and prayers. I always definitely pray. Praying is free, and I would definitely appreciate your prayers, and I feel your prayers. So I was praying for you guys, and I can feel the prayers that you guys are praying for me. So with that, I think we're going to call it tonight and get some food in our bellies before the vigil tonight. And let's just really pray to God that he brings these families back together and stops the forces that are destroying these families and destroying our country. I know that God can do anything, and we will endure, and God has us, and we will walk in faith with that. So have a good night, Patriots. I love you. Thank you, Silly and Sunkissed and Bonnie, for being here and helping out with the channel. And we'll see you in the chats tonight at Freedom Corner. God bless you, Patriots. This is Jericho. Over and out.